I may be going a little crazy with the flowers, but I came up with another using 2 looms. This one is all around, so this required a transfer. This one is done without the transfer so that it has an extension. And here's another all around. This one has 7 flowers on it. This one only has 6 flowers on it. So let's get started. I've run out of dark green rubber bands, so we're going to use teal in place of the dark green, and purple. We'll need some yellow and a few black. We'll bring teal all the way up the left side and the right side, and we'll bring 2 yellow up the center. There are 5 here. I had to break 2 looms apart and put them together so that I have 5 rows. So we start with 2 yellow and a teal, 2 yellow, back to teal, 2 yellow to the top. Also, we'll be putting teal going across like this, and I will be back in a few minutes to show you what it should look like when it's done. Teal, the yellow, yellow, teal, yellow, yellow, teal pattern up the center, teal, and then the teal across. I'm back. This is what it should look like when you're finished. The next step is to push down all of these rubber bands, because we will be using those a little bit later. Push these down also. And the ones in the middle. This is very similar to a 3-pin one that I've already posted, except that we're using 5 pins across. The flower will be purple, so we'll need 8 purple rubber bands. We'll start at the 2nd peg from the bottom and bring it up to the 3rd, 1, 2, 3, 4th row, 3rd peg up. Go around in a clockwise fashion. You'll have 8 petals on the flower. Put a black rubber band cap in the center of the flower using the figure 8 configuration. I'll show you again. Put it on, twist it, and put it back on. And that's what it should look like. The next flower will start here. There are 2 yellow rubber bands, so you're in the middle of that. It's the 5th peg up. And the next flower will be the 8th peg up, and then the 11th peg up. All of the flowers will start with the center at the double yellow rubber bands, the peg that's in the center. I have 3 flowers completed. There's 1 more to go, so I will show you how I do that. Okay, here to here, here to here, here to here, push the center broken band. Always check your bands, make sure there aren't any weak ones, throw them away, otherwise you will be missing a petal in your flower. Or your whole thing could fall apart if it's in another area. Again, the black cap at the center, twist it, bring it around. Turn your loom so that the arrow is pointing downward and the openings to your pegs are facing you. We're going to change these 2 going across to a cap on either end using the figure 8. Place it on there, twist it, and put it back on. Then we'll also place a figure 8 here. The first thing we will do is weave our flowers. We'll go inside of this black peg, grab the top band, work it around that center peg, and bring, oops, actually, I'm glad that happened, because if you do this first, oh, let's fix that. It's always good to see the mistakes. That way you'll know what to do when it happens to you. Put this back on. If you leave this one off, you can take this one first, hold that cap, bring it over here. After that, it should be easy. Grab the next one, bring it here, grab the next one, bring it here, next one, oops. All right, not a problem. We're going to put it back in there, pull it through, and make sure that you don't twist it when you do this. I just pulled it right through and put it back on. And here is the next band. Usually I don't have this much trouble. Seems like I'm having lots of trouble today. Okay, grab that, put it on here, take the top part, make sure it's inside the black band, put it here, and do the same with this other, the first one that came off. Bring it up, put it here. Okay, the flower is completed. You have 8 petals. Now we'll go to the next one, and hopefully I won't have any problems with this. Work it around, bring it here, next one, here, and here, and here, top band, up, top band over here, here, and make sure you work all 8 of your petals. Finish the next 2, and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, all of my flowers are completed. The next step is to bring all of these bands over, go inside of this petal, make sure you're in both of them, and bring it over. Next one, bring it over. Do this up this side and this side. I have finished bringing all of these bands over. Make sure that you haven't skipped any. The next step is to go inside of this cap, pull this up, do not let the cap slip off, and bring it up. Go in there, bring this up, so you're bringing all the first row of rubber bands that we put on up to the next peg. You're going to do it on this side, and also up the middle. Grab this, bring it up, go inside, grab the yellow, bring it up, grab the yellow, bring it up, the teal, bring it up. Make sure you're going inside of all of those rubber bands, push them back, grab the bottom one, bring it up. Finish this all the way to the top, then go to this side and do the same. Okay, I finished bringing all of these bands up, all of these up, and all of these up. Check the side to make sure everything is locked in. The only open one would be this here, and that's where, if you would like to end it here, you put your hook inside and pull a band through. Do the same with this one and this one. No need to do where the purple is. Just the first one, the third one, and the fifth one. Reach in, grab a teal rubber band, pull it through, and put a C-clip on it. Do the same here and here. I'm going to transfer this to make it longer. So what I'm going to do is to temporarily hold these together. I'm going to take a black rubber band, put it in here, pull it through. I will discard this afterwards. Grab the other end, pull it so that I lock that. I'm going to do the same on this one. I want to make sure I have all of them. Oh, they're coming off. Okay. Lock it. Do the same here. Make sure you have 4 rubber bands on here. Pull this through, grab it, lock it. Now, remove this. aside, and we will now set up the loom to do the second part of this. So we will start with a teal rather than two yellows because we have yellow at the end here. Okay, we have to connect this at this end. Normally we put rubber bands on from this end with the arrow facing up. We need to connect this here. We need to make sure that we have a teal rubber band here. So we need to decide how many flowers we're going to use. There are 4 flowers here. If you would like 2 more flowers or 3 more flowers, you'll have to put the amount of bands on required for each of those. You could go all the way up to the end and put 8, but that is sometimes too big for a child's wrist. For an adult, actually I like mine larger, like this one. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flowers. So I did end it short, didn't go up to the 8, which was plenty. So we need to end with a teal here, so we know we need a teal, 2 yellow, a teal, 2 yellow, a teal, 2 yellow. So we'll start here with going backwards. It would be forward if the arrow was facing us, but we're going to start from here. So we have 2 yellow, that'll be 1 flower, a teal, not sure if you can see that. So I started from the 1, 2, 3, 4th peg with yellow, yellow, teal, yellow, another yellow, a teal, yellow, and yellow, and a teal. Okay, now that we know where we're going to stop, you can turn it and put your bands on the way you usually do, beginning here rather than here though, because we don't want an extra flower. So it's 1, 2, 3. The 4th peg up, same as before, all teal or green if you're using green, all the way up here and here, and then also across. I am back. I finished putting the first layer of bands. We're adding 3 more flowers, 1, 2, 3, to this 4 flower bracelet that we've already finished. Same as before, start in the middle of the 2 yellow bands with the purple bands. Take it up 1 on the right next to it, down 1 on the left, the right, straight down, bottom left, side left, diagonally left, and straight up, and push the center down and put the black figure 8 cap on top. We'll do that here and here also, and I'll be back when I'm finished. Okay, I am finished with the 3 remaining flowers that we have to add to our original. Turn your loom, and here is where we need to connect this. We don't need this one or this one. Let's connect the center first, which is this middle one. We're going to put it here. Put your hook in here. Make sure you're in all of them where this black band is. Put that in there and stretch it onto this first center pin. Okay, let me do that again to make sure that you can see it. Make sure they go on there. Once it's on, you can remove this black rubber band, but let's get all of them on first before we do that, because if it pops off, then it'll fall apart. This one has to go on this peg, and this purple band just stays there. Okay, so we're going to reach in here where the black band is, and transfer all of these, not the black band. If you get it on there, it doesn't matter, you can cut it off afterwards. Transfer these onto this first peg. It's really tight, and I guess if you don't like flower bracelets, it may not be worth the effort, but so there's that one. So we have 2 on there so far. And now make sure you don't go in here. Make sure you go in where this black band is. Don't get confused. It's very easy to make a mistake on this. Let's see if we can put this in here and just pull them over. There we go. Okay, now that it's attached, it looks a little strange, but it is correct. We can take off the black bands. You can just pull at them to get them off, or pick at them with your hook. These are easier than the center one. Or you can just cut it and pull it with a scissor. But cut here, not close to the other bands. You don't want to cut any of the other bands. Okay, so they are off. The next step is, as before, to do your flower first. Okay, my flowers are done, and all of my bands going across have been hooked to the side. Make sure you didn't skip any. Make sure all of your petals are done. And it looks like this. Okay. Now all we need to do is connect this to this. We're going to go in this first peg, grab that bottom band, pull it up, do the same all the way up, and here in the center also, grab that band, pull it up, grab the yellow, pull it up, go all the way up, this row, and this row. First row, the third row, and the fifth row. I have gone up this row, and this row, and this row, so it is now connected. The last thing we need to do is put a band through the first peg, and put a clip on it. Okay, so we have a C-clip on the two end ones and the center one, and we can now remove it. And there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flowers. Then just connect it. Oh, I guess you didn't see that. There we go. 7 flowers. And then connect it to the figure 8 cap. Go through both, not just the one. Let's get in the middle of that figure 8. There we go. And connect it. I will get it on. Okay, and do the same with this one and this one.